Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, November the 8th, 2022. Tuesday, November the 8th, 2022. Well, the paternity test is in, but we won't know the true results. Okay. Cody, Mac, Felicia, they're waiting for the test. There was some delay in nurse, whatever her name is. She went to go see if she could rush it along because Cody said some nice words to her. You know what I didn't understand, people? When she did bring the results back, she gave the envelope to one person. In a DNA test, both parties get the results, especially if they both were going for the DNA test. Mac was standing right there. Where were Mac's results? Okay, just before the results were given, Britt came and talked to Cody because Sam had filled her in on some of the origin of the necklace. Yes, it did belong to Leopold Tall, but it was never reported stolen. It was last seen at some fashion show that he allowed it to be worn at, and it had not been seen since, but it was never reported stolen. And when he died and Dominique sold off his assets, the necklace was not in the assets. And then there was some speculation as to perhaps either Cesar stole it from him or bought it from him. And Sam said, but there was no record of a sale. Well, there probably wouldn't be a record. There's some off the book stuff because it has pieces of the Ice Princess. Some of the pieces of the diamonds are Ice Princess diamonds. Okay, so they're not going to put too much on the books as to who it ended up with. So it's up in the air as to the true owner origin of the necklace. If it goes back to its last registered owner, it is Leopold Tall. And so Britt just told him point blank, you honestly just might be in line to get a piece of this necklace, right? If you're Leopold's son. So of course he sees that, and she tells us worth 35 million last, rough estimate. Ooh. So now he gets the letter and he steps away from Mac and Felicia, okay, and Britt. I can't remember if Maxie's there. No, I don't think Maxie's there. And opens it up. And of course, we don't know. But you want to know what he's going to say? I'm not your son. Oh. And Mac will say, well, okay. See, no. Where's your results, Mac? Where's your results? That is so ridiculous the way that's going to go down, because we already know Cody's going to go for the money. He's going to go for the money. Finn goes to see Elizabeth. They drag that out. They drag it out. But in the end, by the end of the show, she tells him she was the one that pushed Reiko down the stairs. And he's just looking like, wait, what? Wait, huh? Because now what that's going to mean, unfortunately, the love of his life, Reiko, that means she was having an affair. See, that means she became the true love of your life in your mind after she died. You know how sometimes it turns into that whole martyrdom issue, we loved each other so much. We just didn't have time to really work out the minor issue that we had in our marriage, that we may have even been separated at the time, right? But when she got sick, I came on in and I tried to find a cure for it. So we'll see where that goes with Finn from there, because before Elizabeth told him the actual story, he's like, it's not your fault. It was an accident. You were a teenager. And then let's see what he says now that he finds out it was Reiko. So that's what happened with them. Now, what I loved is this face. Victor Cassadine, when Laura walked into Windermere like she owned the place, Victor was like, how'd you get out? And he had just found out that Charlotte was missing from the her school because he was saying, we're gonna have to find out where she's at. And Laura's like, no need, no need. I took my granddaughter from there, me and Valentine. Yeah, she's fine. And Victor's looking like, oh, she missed her family and wanted to come home. Oh, okay, she missed her family. But do you feel it was wise taking her out so close to exams? Oh, no, not a problem. Exams are weeks away. Charlotte's a smart girl. She will do just fine. And Laura's just like, yeah, I got you. Smiling. And Victor gritting his tongue. Well, where's Valentine? Oh, Valentine's back here too. He's here. He's around. So Victor's like, well, I guess I'm gonna take my leave because I'm gonna go see if I can find my son. Oh yeah, you do that. Mhm. You do that. So then Nicholas talks to his mother, and he actually says that he had an affair. He didn't say with who. He knew better than to say with who. And the with who escaped with her sheets. The with who is resourceful. But the funny thing is, at the end of the show, the with who, Esme, was going to walk out the door to her freedom. And she looks, she doesn't even turn. She was reaching for the handle and she stopped and she goes, no, Nicholas is going to pay for what he's done. Oh, ooh, she's going to wreak some havoc now to Nicholas. She's probably going to hide in them tunnels. Esme is going to do some dirt. She's going to do some dirt. So I'm looking forward to that because she is entertaining with her mystical powers because she's able to just do things that the average 20-year-old, if she's 20, she should be 19. The average 19-year-old she's better than not Superman. Would I say Batman? Yeah, Batman had no powers but could do some. She's better than she's on Batman's level. Look, she's Batgirl. That's who she is. Esme is Batgirl. She can do some things, okay? So we'll see what happens there. Then this was so cute to me. Valentine, because they take Anna to GH. I really liked this. The way they all work together. We got Anna's former lover and Anna's present lover working together. Sonny and Anna have never really been nemesis, but when Anna was chief of police, they did have to kind of, she had to look the other way or say, Sonny, look, don't do something because then I can't look the other way. And it was a cat and mouse thing going on with him and Anna, right? But they go way back. So Sonny's in on it too. Everybody has come together for Anna, and I like that. They're coming together for her. So the guard takes her into the room in cuffs, and Valentine walks in with a fake badge that says Hamilton Finn or Dr. Finn, whatever it said, so anyway, he walks in, he's got these glasses on, saying, can you please take those handcuffs off of my patient, please? And so the guard takes him off, and Anna looks at him and she just smiles like, this is so funny, and she just looks. And so when the guard walks out, Valentine and Anna hug each other. I mean, it was too cute, the bust out, really, this is the bust out, right? And so he tells her the plan. The plan is Sonny One of his guards is going to be driving the prison van. And he's going to take her to a place, and there's going to be a black pickup. Underneath the seats, the mat's going to be the key, and then there's some money for her, and then she can make her getaway, and then she could go about, proving her innocence. And he goes, are you going to be okay on your own? And she goes, oh, absolutely, I'll be fine. She's allegedly an ex-spy, still a spy. She should be able to keep herself undercover and hidden, while she's doing what she's doing, Anna. If you're any good, look, Peter August sure could, and he wasn't even a WSB agent. So then they, say their goodbyes, and she's like, take care of Charlotte. And he goes, okay, I better go because the nurse is coming in. They ordered a legitimate phlebotomy test. So the nurse was going to come draw her blood, so the guard would see all that. And, that's not really Dr. Hamilton Finn. So he took off out the room, and I thought, take your badge off. But I thought, oh, the guard is right there. No, you better come out with your badge on, go around the corner, then do a Superman, right? Bust out. So anyway, that was just too cute to me. I loved that scene. Then we have the next one is, guess who the guard is? You know what, folks? I hate to say this. I really like Dex. Dex reminds me of such a young Jason. Just jack of all trades, ask me to do a job, boss, and I'm going to play my part and get it done. And he goes, Anna Devane, I'm Dex. I'll be your driver. And she goes, oh. So first he was like, let me get these handcuffs off. But then he goes, no, let's get in the van. Because I'm thinking, not out there. We got cameras. Get in the van. So he gets him in the van, gets ready to shut the door, and doggone it, doesn't another guard come around saying, hold up, got another prisoner for transport. And Dex looks, he goes, no, this is a one prisoner transport. Well, not anymore. It's a two prisoner. Heather Weber. Crazy Heather now, because his van going to Darkham broke down. Now they have to use this van going to Pittenville. So Dex is like, no, that's not what that's not in the plan. That's not on the records. He goes, well, records change, things change. Now we both have to go. So Dex is going to have to improvise. Uh-oh. So Heather's talking her crazy, stupid nonsense to Anna about the craft she's doing at Darkham and blah, blah, blah. Once you stop trying to escape, they treat you better. And yeah, okay, Heather, shut up. And Anna's just like, oh my God, yeah. Like, oh my goodness, this is putting a monkey wrench in the plan. What's going to happen here? See, just like Dex is trying to think and improvise, Anna is trying to think and improvise because Anna is still in handcuffs. So Dex, they're driving, and the guard is like, hey, you passed the exit to Pentonville. And Dex is like, no, I'm dropping you off at Darkham first, and then I'm going back to Pentonville. Then I'm or whatever. That's the way. You go, no, that's not the authorized. We have to stick to the new authorized travel plan, and it's Pentonville, Darkham. Dex goes, well, I'm going to Darkham, then Pentonville. So now the guy, pulls out his gun. So Dex is driving, trying to wrestle this guy, right, with a gun. And Anna and Heather are flying around in the back. See, I shouldn't move so fast because my camera can't keep up. They're flying around in the back. Like, whoa, hey. Heather's like, I have a weak constitution. What are you doing? So, needless to say, the gun goes off, but look like it's going off down. And we're probably going to get in an accident. The van is probably going to tumble, go off the road. Now, if Dex gets shot, he's going to be extracted because Dex is not going to get caught. This other guard, probably, if he gets shot, it'll be non-life threatening because Dex is now not going to go down for murder for Sonny. I mean, and somehow Anna's going to have to be able to get out, So maybe once the wreck happens, everybody's knocked out for a hot minute. Anna comes to first, gets the keys off of Dex, maybe wakes Dex up so he can hightail it out of there because he said, I'm working for Sonny. He's going to hightail it out of there. And Anna's going to hightail it out of there. And then Heather will wake up and Heather will escape. The only one there will be the Darkham guard left unconscious. Hopefully the bullet didn't hit anybody but caused the accident. So that's going to be interesting to see. But what that is going to do, everybody, that's going to let Heather loose. And I believe Heather will wake up next. She will get her handcuff keys off of the Darkham guard, and she's going to hightail it out of there. So the funny thing is now we're going to have Heather on the loose again because she was going in and out of Darkham. We're going to have Esme on the loose, even though she's still in Windermere, but she's going to be going in and out at whim. Where's Nicholas's security? Quite frankly, he has a house full of staff. Where's the staff? Has anybody ever seen a maid in Windermere? Really, seriously. Has anybody ever seen somebody come in with the tray saying, Mr. Cassadine, here's your tea? Mrs. Cassadine, here's your scones? Nothing. Where's the staff? But anyway, so that'll still let us believe, okay, Esme's on the loose, Heather's on the loose. Who is the hook killer? But I really, truly, honestly, absolutely no longer believe it's Esme. I think it's going to be Heather or some unknown. But Heather, they don't mind pinning murders on Heather. Just like the writers, General Hospital. They don't mind pinning murders on Ryan Chamberlain. So we know if Ryan is loose and there's murders going on, it's Ryan. We know if Heather is loose and there's murder going on, is Heather, right? That's just okay in General Hospital land. So we shall see how that goes. Then we have Michael and Sonny and Nina. Of course, the argument continues, blah, 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 and he goes, tell me what? And Sonny's like, just nothing, Michael. We're leaving or something. But Sonny gets a phone call. So he goes, I'm sorry, I got to take this. And Michael's like, of course, what is it? Some underworld? I mean, some mob boss, something he's saying. And Sonny just looks at him and goes and takes the phone call because he's being called about Anna's escape. The first time his phone rang, he stopped it. It was Valentine calling, saying, oh my God, Sonny, pick up. Now's the time. You got to act, But the second time, Sonny steps away from them and he's talking, but he's facing them. My thing is, how come they can't hear you? Soap opera land, you hear everything else, right? How come you still can't hear them? So soon as he walks away, right? Nina says, it was an accident. Like, you should treat your father with more respect, Michael. He's done everything for you. Oh, and she goes on and Michael says, you know what? You don't have nothing to say about it. And so they're kind of back and forth. And then she goes, it's no wonder you look down on everybody else. It's no wonder Willow had to turn to another man. Oops. What do you mean? Yeah. I've seen her and TJ. That's what we walked in on. They were, she didn't even say they were hugging. They're together. We've seen them in compromising positions more. He goes, look, and so Sonny walks back over. Is everything okay? No, Nina is trying to insinuate that Willow's having an affair with TJ. TJ is our friend. TJ happened to come upon me, Willow, and Wally at the park, and we were all talking. She is trying to start trouble. She goes, no, I've seen them on more than one occasion. And Sonny said, I saw them myself. We just walked upon them hugging. Or no, he didn't even say hugging. He said together, right? Together how? She wasn't disrobed, nothing, right? And so Nina goes, and we've seen them. Not just here, Michael, not just here. I've seen them at the hospital. He goes, they work together. I've seen at the Metro Court. And so Michael said, did you see them in a room? Did you find them in a room like my mother walked in on you and Sonny? Is that how you saw them? See, no, they couldn't say, Nina has never even seen them kissing. She's only seen TJ consoling Willow. That's what's so funny, right? And she immediately jumped to that. And he goes, see, that's what you're with, Sonny. Nina is what did he say, a viperous snake? Or he called her some, venomous, poisonous, whatever he called her, snake. And then Sonny looked at him, and Sonny snapped into Sunnyland, right? See that look on Sonny's face? He stepped forward to Michael, and he gave him that Godfather look and said, you better think twice about what comes out of your mouth next. And Sonny got everything but his hand on his gun. He's just like, and I tell you what, Michael backed down. I tell you what, that death glare from Sonny, Michael knew to back down. Because see, before, when Sonny was taking all the blows from the family out of guilt of choosing Nina, out of guilt of the whole fallout, Sonny was just letting them kind of pretty much beat him up. But Sonny's like, let me tell you something, new day. That was then. This is now. You an adult. Get over it. But I tell you what you won't do. You won't forget who I am, Michael. Okay, because he knows what Michael's done. Crippled it. He told him, you've already crippled my business. You've proved your point. So anyway, I love that. I was like, yeah, step to him. Get him, Sonny, right? So now Michael's thinking what they said, right? Willow gets the news from Terry. Stage 4, skip stage 3. And my whole thing is, I wouldn't know about skipped stage 3. Did Willow have, make as many appointments as she should have? She may have done the well baby checks, but was she doing the true cancer checks every step of the way? Because she already knew, no matter what they said, she was waiting till she was in the second trimester. Okay. Now that she's in the second trimester, she's stage 4. It was progressing more rapidly. And Terry told her, that yes, there are some things they could do, but she was going to, work with Britt and develop an aggressive plan. Because bottom line, there are no guarantees, especially, with an aggressive plan, what it would do to the fetus. But at least the baby's older, and, they're going to work together for the best possible outcome. However, it is stage 4. So she leaves the room. TJ's holding her hand, and she stands up. I never considered that. You never considered it. I know I did. I considered it. Had you told your significant other, Michael would have considered it. I just felt that I would give the baby more time. And And then I would just only be stage 3, and then everything would be okay. It would work itself out. We're talking you're a future nurse here. I don't I don't want to die. So she's, do you know, I think I counted 4 separate times they hugged each other. 4 and I said, now see, Michael's gonna walk in. Each time they hugged, I almost would say Michael's gonna walk in, but no, Michael's still talking to Sonny and Nina. So Michael ain't walking in here. Maybe Michael's not gonna walk in on a hug. But then they hugged again for like the second time. Then the third, I'm thinking, oh God, how many times you hugging? Huh? So of course, on the 4th hug, I just don't want to die. Oh wait, that's the wrong picture. Doggone it. I upload I uploaded the wrong one here to let me, you know what, everybody? I'm definitely gonna bring the right picture in because it's important that we see the look on Michael's face. I definitely want, there we go. So I took, there it is. See, I had to bring the right one in as we get this last hug from them. He walks in and he's like, what the Sam Hill is going on here? Right? See now, we got Nina yelling in his ear. No wonder she turned to another man. Uh-huh. So he's going to come in wrong. Except Michael being Michael, he's already mad. He may not be Michael. He may say, take your hands off of Willow. Or he might just, what is going on here? Is it true? Are you two having them? See, we'll see. But bottom line, he's going to now find out she's dying. And I don't think he's going to take it too well that she decided to keep all of this from him this whole time. I never thought it could get to be this. No, you did think so because your doctors told you so. They told, and actually TJ would tell her, Willow, listen, you really need to consider getting, she just would not listen, Willow. And here's the thing, I'm not saying her decision wasn't wrong for her. She had her reasons. Her first child died. Wiley is not really her child biologically. Her need to want to have her own child was foremost in her thoughts, in her heart. That's okay. That's okay, Willow. But my whole thing is, no, chick, you own it. Own that decision. Because she said, they told her, she goes, well, that's a risk I'm going to take. She told the doctor, Terry and Britt, that's a risk I'm going to take. I want my baby to have the best chance possible. Then now you're at that stage. Now you're at that was a risk you were willing to take. And this is where the dice have rolled right now. So now we got to put our big girl pants back on and now fight with all your might. But see, Michael still should have known because he may have been on her to get some type of treatment, but ultimately it was still going to be her decision, and Michael would have accepted her decision, but he would have been on it all the way with her. There would have been none of all this hugging between her and TJ. Had Michael known, it would be hugging on Michael. That's what it would have been. So, we'll see what's happening here. I'm gonna go to comment corner because somebody in the comment corner said they feel this is gonna be the beginnings of my TJ and Willow, because he and Molly don't spend that much time together. I don't know. I don't think so. Simply because Michael still loves Willow. He may be mad at her. Doesn't mean he doesn't love her. She didn't have, and she is not having an affair with TJ. So I don't see. I don't see that they're gonna go that way with it. But you know what? You never know with General Hospital. But what's really gonna, and the reason why I don't feel they're gonna go that way, because the drama and the reality of Nina being Willow's mother. See, Michael's gonna tell Willow what Nina said, right? That's gonna make her hate her even more. Michael's gonna hate Nina even more. But Nina's gonna end up saving Willow's life. And then Willow's going to forgive her. And she's gonna find out that that is her mother. So she's gonna ultimately forgive Nina and want Nina in her life. And Michael's gonna be like, I don't want him nowhere near my son or neither of my kids. And how's he gonna do that when Willow's going to have more of a say over this second baby? That's going to be interesting. That's why I don't feel they're going to go with a TJ Willow storyline. If they do, it's way down the line next year, way down the line when Willow and Michael come upon this divide with Nina, because Willow is going to want her and let her in her life. She's going to. So that's just the way it's going to be. You know, just like how no matter how bad they thought AJ Quartermain was, ultimately, Michael ended up letting AJ in his life because that was his father. So we shall see how that goes. But that pretty much is it. Let's see, did I cover everything yet? Oh, the one thing I didn't talk about that I'm going to say real quick. Back to once Michael left, walked away from Nina and Sonny, Nina said, thank you for standing up for me. I'm sorry for letting it slip. I'm sorry. But he kept coming after me and coming after me. That was a bold-faced lie. That was a lie from the devil. The deviless Nina. Sonny was right there facing them. Between the two, the one talking the loudest, pointing her finger the most, in her big old stance, because I got a bombshell I'm getting ready to drop in your face, was Nina. And she had the nerve to say, he kept coming after me and come. Oh my goodness. And Sonny's like, no, you're okay. I know how Michael could be. And I thought, how stupid are you, Sonny? You were standing right there and you saw. Nina wasn't standing there. And so what Nina told Michael, he goes, how you can jump to such a lie and tell me. She goes, Sonny didn't even want to tell you. Sonny didn't want to tell you at all. That's what we were talking about when you came up. And he looked at her. He says, Sonny didn't want to tell me, but you couldn't wait to. You couldn't wait to tell me. Right? And so that's when he told Sonny, you see, she's a poisonous snake, whatever he said after that. And Michael was 100% true. She couldn't wait to tell him. Nina, I don't like Nina. I really don't. Anyway, let's go to comment corner. We got a lot of comments. Some of it I will skim through. Steve says, I love Trina, but she's beginning to annoy me lately. But Rory is mature. He's responsible. He's available. All those things Spencer is not. Yet you're dreaming about a guy that's not mature, not responsible, not available. I'm sick of the forced writing they give Trina. Yeah, I don't know. They need to, well, we're not going to talk about the writers. Steve also says, ain't it funny that TJ and Trina are cousins involved with Spencer and Molly? They're cousins. Now let's talk about Trina and TJ. TJ is Sean's son. TJ is not a Ashford. TJ, it was not Tommy's son. Remember, TJ came from the affair between Jordan and Sean. He calls Curtis Uncle Curtis, but TJ is not related by blood to Aunt Stella or Uncle Curtis. He's related to Sean and Sean's family. So, in essence, Trina is going to be Curtis's daughter. Trina and TJ are not related at all. So that's some interesting facts there. Now we have NK says, I guess Sonny doesn't know that TJ cheated on Molly as a teen with Felix's sister. Well, you know what though, teenage stuff. Come on now. Were they really, really together, him and I mean, I don't know. Come on, so inconsequential. That doesn't equate to the man TJ formed up into being, right? Linda says, I thought the same thing about the baby switch. You are so entertaining and are a part of my day. Well, you know what? Thank you. I mean to do this daily recap as a entertainment vehicle for me. That's why, folks, I tell you, watch the actual soap before you watch me, because sometimes the story that I tell you is a better story that I feel should have been played. But I always say, look, I made that up. I will always say. So, but you know what? I will fast forward through so much that it's just so not interesting to me. So you need to watch the whole soap to get all of the facts, because just because something's not interesting to me, it might be interesting to you. But guess what? I'm not going to bore myself with a bunch of conversations with Maxie and Austin and Cody and Felicia and Mac and now Robert and Holly and Carly and Drew. Oh my goodness. You see all these characters and stories I'm naming? It's any wonder I could come up with a daily recap, right? I have to make up new stories. So anyway, all right. Cindy says, no. Tom says, ooh, stuff's gonna hit the fan between Willow, Nina, Carly, and Drew when Willow needs a donor. Because they even said the class of donor that she needs, and since I'm not knowledgeable on all those terms. Look, you could have been talking about what's needed in an oil change, and I'm like, wait, what? You mean you don't just change the? Well, yeah, actually, in an oil change, they do change the oil and the filter. I guess I should have said in a tune-up. It would be, wait, what? In a tune-up, you got to change some spark plugs? Wow, why? But anyway, so yeah, and I don't even know why I started talking about that. So Cindy says Willow and TJ could actually end up falling in love if they're sharing this trauma together. Willow kept it from Michael, telling him everything is okay. Excuse me. I don't think TJ and Molly get to spend much time together. Well, they really don't. But you know what? Since we don't see Molly and the stories are never really based on their personal relationship or life, we honestly don't know. So Cindy also says the deputy mayor Ashby once again barged into Robert's office without knocking and proceeded to make hateful threats. I don't know how she's ever got to be on staff, or how she ever got to be on staff. I know, behaving that way. Fortunately, Laura knows that Ashby is in cahoots with Victor. And I think it's a situation where Laura's like, I'm keeping my enemy closer than just firing her? Well, because firing the deputy mayor, I think, is she appointed to, or does the mayor appoint the deputy mayor? I don't know how that whole process works. And Laura would have to have proof that she is in cahoots with Victor. Because there's nothing wrong with her being friends with Victor, at all, because Victor allegedly is an upstanding citizen right now, right? So the deputy mayor could be dating Victor for all anybody else cared, and it wouldn't matter. Victor Cassadine is not wanted for the law on anything, you know. Laura could have a mayor's dinner and Victor could buy a $2,000 plate and come sit there in an Amati suit because there's nothing wrong with him, right? Sandy says, nosy Nina, still obsessed with Carly, Michael, and Weeping Willow. She tells Sonny about her assumptions of TJ and Willow. Laura is only in the room for 5 minutes and can see something is off with Holly. I know. Wake up, Robert. How did Victor find out about the necklace? Is Cody working for Victor? My whole thing is, when Britt had that necklace, she took a picture of it because she showed that picture to Sam. Cody didn't take a picture of it. Did Cody somehow, was he able to swipe a picture, airdrop Britt's picture to him? I don't know, because Victor definitely got, and it almost looked like the same picture that Sam had that Britt gave her regarding the necklace. And LaShanta says, Nina is so messy. Poor Willow. Sonny, get your gal. He will never find a relationship, or he will never have a relationship with his family because of her, Nina. Oh, she'll make sure. And then I didn't mean that. Oh, Sonny, I didn't mean it. Did you see what they said to me? Esme is on her way out. Laura's right about Holly. Robert, open your eyes up. Laura, please fire Eileen. I think she's keeping Eileen close, but I would fire her because no, Eileen could do too much damage as far as I'm concerned. You represent my office. Robin says, I like Valentine too. He plays his role. Glad Laura is back and glad she questioned Robert about Holly. So maybe he will notice she's not on Anna's side. Because look, Robert don't even know the breakout plan. Thank goodness, because he would have told Holly, right? He didn't listen, Holly. I don't have to do much because Sonny, he's going to have one of his men be in the transport van. And he would have just told her the whole thing. The whole thing. And Ruth says, I agree with that one. Maxie needs her own, should mind her own business and stay out of Spinelli's business, or I like to calm the cyber wizard's business. She's just like her uncle. And I don't understand. I'd like to calm the cyber wizard's business. She's just like her Uncle Robert, but her nose is in everything and doesn't know when to look at their own situations. I know. Maxie's not looking into, there's something off about Austin and she don't see it? Not at all. Robert don't see there's something off about Holly. Ruth also says, I disagree with you about the whole Robert actually not dressing Holly. Please continue to come off more and more like his niece Maxie. Okay, not dressing. Maybe not addressing Holly. Okay, that comment kind of got a little confused there, but yeah, he and Maxie don't really want to look at what's going on. And then she says, Willow is concerned, her storyline, as far as Willow is concerned, her storyline, or the way you please little storyline, is pissing me off. There are people who have cancer and they do get treatment for said cancer, but this character will, I just want to touch my face. I just want to, drag her hair from her hair and take her to her doctor's appointment. Talking about TJ. Just a Willow. I don't think, has he touched her face or has she touched her face? I don't know. Take her to her doctor's appointments. Um, you should tell her husband, let's talk common sense. Yeah, she should have told her husband. People certainly should definitely be on the job. She's supposed to be, I think he's talking about Sonny. Now you're talking about Sonny. He's supposed to be a mob boss, but he's acting like an unemployed mob boss. Yeah, you kind of switched into another conversation there. And then Ruth also said, sweetie, that's one of the only soap operas that have done baby. Oh, it's not the only one. Well, of course not. All My Children, One Life to Live. And then we got General Hospital, Guiding Light. Yeah, we've had baby switches forever. But what I'm saying is, every time a woman gets pregnant, do we sit in the soap opera room and say, okay, who can we make get pregnant at the same time? Because you know what? You know what would be interesting, everybody? How about a baby swap situation? That hasn't been done in a long time. Oh, wait, was it just done a year ago? But that's a year. That's a year ago. People have forgotten that Nell swapped Willow's baby actually 2 years ago now. I mean, people have forgotten that, or they're really aging Wiley probably every time we see him. But they feel like, we haven't done that in a minute. Yeah, yes, you have. See, and in essence, Brooklyn and Maxie was a baby swap story. That one had a different slant to it, but you always are doing baby swap stories. Oh, goodness gracious. Anna Rihanna says Laura's back. And Valentine comes in romantic. Interestingly, that Finn and Valentine are working together. That's how they will take down Victor. Yeah, it's going to take a whole village to take down Victor. Laura's not going to be able to do it by herself. It's got to be Laura, Sunny, Anna, and who else could be in on that? Valentine. All of them got to come together to get rid of Victor. And Nicholas. Nicholas may be the one that ends up putting the last little nail in that coffin. No baby switches, ma'am. No, no, no. I'm with you, Anna Rihanna. Good to know Cam didn't get hooked. I was certain he was being so hard-headed, I know. And Esme is resilient, resourceful, and a riot to watch. And then she talks about Laura and the deputy mayor. Great, great comment, Anna Rihanna. I'm going to move along so I can kind of scroll through. Steve says, have you heard the rumors that Cody Bell is Nicholas Cassadine and Catherine Bell's son? No, I haven't. I don't see when and how. Are we talking Nicolos? Maybe, or is it Nikos? Because not Nicholas Cassadine. We have a pretty good chain of command with the women Nicholas has been involved with. We have Emily, we have Elizabeth, we have Courtney, we have Elizabeth again, we have Britt, we have Hayden Barnes, we have Ava. So way back when he was part of the original Four Musketeers, age-wise, there's no way that Nicholas was with, what's her name? Catherine Bell. That just wasn't that. So it's not Nicholas, but it could be one of his uncles. I mean, seriously, and somebody brought in, could it have been Stefan? I mean, it could have been an uncle, but it definitely was not Nicholas. Now Deborah says Cody looks like Mac and he could also be a Cassadine, but he is up to something about the necklace. If he is a Cassadine, it may be something to do with Victor, who gets the Cassadine power. And then Deborah says, if Cody is Stefan's son, then he might be an heir to the Cassadine money. Victor was left out of the equation with the Cassadine money. Yeah, because the Cassadine money flowed through, what was his name? Cassadine? Nikos's line. Nikos and Helena's line. And then, which is how Valentine was kind of in it, because, you know, she's one of Helena's kids. Stefan was Elena's favorite son. That's why Nicholas was left with the power. And then Steve says, no, Stavros was Elena's favorite. She hated Stefan, even tried to kill him by poisoning him. Helena turned on Nicholas because he never became a true Cassadine. The true Cassadine she always wanted. Yeah, she always felt that darn Spencer blood ruined Nicholas. She only felt he was a true Cassadine when he had a knife to her throat or trying to point away, you know. That's when she really felt he was the Cassadine. And then Steve says, I agree, Tyler Christopher's Nicholas is the same age as Ava, the actress playing Ava, because I guess that's probably from an older point that I made. Hello there says, Nina's going to feel like an idiot when she finds out her suspicions regarding Willow and TJ were wrong. That is, unless she persists. Once she sees that they hug because of leukemia, Carly will probably have to let the cat out of the bag that Nina is Willow's mother. That is so true. And that's probably going to make some problems with Drew. Actually, Michael and Willow too. You know, you knew all this time. Wait a minute. By the way, Aunt Stella... Aunt Stella is not the Hook killer. It is not Aunt Stella. Okay. Now, the whole me and my thing combined with schizophrenia running through the family, the use of a typewriter is an older person, got me thinking. She's a short woman. The last person you would suspect, she's prone to blackouts. No, she's prone to strokes. That's what she's prone to. She's prone to having a stroke. Now, Stella is, there's just no way. Bottom line, she would be hooking people who were turned against Trina. She'd have been hooking the ADA. She would have been hooking everybody that said bad things about Trina. She'd have been hooking Esme. So no, it's not Aunt Stella. And Ron says the problem with GH is they think people forget it's been done before. And after a while, it gets old and expected. It's time to break that mold and come up with an exciting, unexpected plot twist. I agree with you, Ron. The nosy Nina is about to end up open a can of worms that will backfire her. And in her mind, it was just being concerned. I was just being concerned for Wiley. I poke my nose in all of this for Wiley. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the In the Comic Corner. That is the In the Comic Corner. We will be back for tomorrow's episode, daily recap episode of General Hospital. Let's see what Michael does. Let's see if Willow actually finally tells him. I will be back.